Now, the next logical step for us is to create our first campaign. But how things work in Google is before you set up a campaign, there is one important step you have to do, which is setting up goals for your advertiser account. Now, as an advertiser, you can set up one goal or multiple goals, but there needs to be at least one. It's very unfortunate that this is the first UI video and it's the most trickiest topic, but if you listen to me carefully, I promise you it's going to be super simple. What is conversion tracking, or as it's called, goals in Google Ads, in Meta Ads, TikTok Ads, all the other platforms is called conversion tracking. So conversion tracking is a more generic term. It's a process where you connect your Google Ads with your website or app using a tag meaning a piece of code. So how it works basically is like this. So for example, I have this Google Ads where I run campaigns to send traffic and users to my website. These people click on my ads, which I run in Google Ads. They go to the website here, and my objective is basically after going to the website, they buy the courses. But for Google Ads to optimize that, who are the users our ads should be shown, Google Ads needs to know that all the people that are going to the website, what are they doing there? Google Ads needs to basically have some kind of connection with the website to understand who actually bought the course from the website. There needs to be a connection. And that setting up that connection is basically called conversion tracking. It's very simple. How it works is you generate a code in Google Ads. You put a code looks like this. You put it on your website and that's it. All the users Google Ads sends to your website, if they buy a course or any action, this code basically lets Google Ads know, so that Google Ads can count that, okay, how many people bought the course, how many people filled the lead form, or any action that's important for you as an advertiser. And this process is called conversion tracking. And it's pretty simple. It's 4 steps process. The first one is create code in Google Analytics. You go to Google Analytics, you generate this code, you go to website, you set up this code, you configure something called a conversion event. What action is important for me? That action is called conversion event, and you have to tell Google that this is the action. So that's what this step is, configuring conversion action, and you're done. You basically test it if it's working, and that's it. So now I hope you have a fair idea about this. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we will do our conversion tracking, or how we will set up our first goal in our Google Ads account. I will show you how I will do it for my website, which is probably the most common way, but there's a lot to know about conversion tracking. There are a lot of settings and use cases, and based on what kind of business you have, but there will be a dedicated section about conversion tracking later in the course. And I'm also going to show you, if you do not have a website, you just have an ad account to learn Google Ads, I will show you how to create like a false goal so that you're able to run campaigns. So to set up our goal or first conversion event in our website, I will go to my Google Ads account and I'll go to goals here. Now, if you remember, the first step is creating the code, which we have to implement on the website. Okay. So if you see here goals, this is empty. If you already have any goals created in your ad account, they will be visible here. So what I'll do is I'll create new conversion action. I'll click on this. Okay, now it's asking me what conversions do you want to measure, because you can do it for an app, you can do for phone calls, you can do offline conversions. We'll know all of this maybe later in the dedicated section. But for now, because I want to track how many people purchase the course on my website, so I'll choose this one, conversion on a website. I'll click on edit. Okay, which website do you want to measure conversions on? I'll put sanitaviranads.com. Scan. Okay, it's saying no tag found on this account. Set up Google tag to measure conversions. If you're doing it for the first time, this is what you will see. If there's an existing tag on your page, then it'll show you, okay, this tag already exists. Select this. So I'll click on setup. So it's showing connect using Google tag recommended. So I'll say, okay. If you have multiple options, choose this one, Google tag. Sometimes you will see an option for analytics and other things. If you know what that means or you want to go that way, okay. If not, then choose this one, Google tag. I'll click on setup. Okay. We are done with the first step, which is generating the code. So this is the code which we have generated. That's what we have to place it on our website. But you'll also see there are instructions. Below is the Google tag for this account. Copy and paste it in the code every page of your website. Immediately after the head element, don't add more than one Google tag to each page. One more thing you have to understand is if you do not understand tag manager, backend, the code, JavaScript code, if you're working for a company and there's a web developer, this is actually their responsibility to implement. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to copy this code and instructions, send an email to the developer and tell him, listen, these are the instructions, these are the code, I want you to put it on the website. And you can come back once he confirms and you can test that. But if you're a business owner, or you don't have any resources, or you don't have a web developer, you have created your website on your own, then you will have to do it. One more thing to remember here is if you, for example, you can simplify this method if you're working with a CMS provider. For example, you'll see more options here, and you will see this option, install with a CMS or website builder. What it means is if you click on this, it will ask you, okay, which CMS provider you are working with. For example, if your website is created on GoDaddy or BigCommerce or Shopify or Square One or Wix or WordPress, which are like the most common platforms, then the job is super easy for you. For example, if I click on, let's say, Wix here, it's going to show me step by step how to do it. Step 1, copy your tag. I click on copy. Then in your Wix, go to Wix account, go to settings. It's showing the screenshot here. Then go to click marketing integrations. Then click on analytics box, click connect, and then add the analytics ID, which is this one. That's it. And once you do that, you have to click on test installation. So it will show you the pixel is implemented successfully. You will be done with the second step, which is putting the code on your website. But we are doing it manually. So I'll click on install manually. I'll copy the code because I'm doing it through the tag manager. So this is like the step 2 for me, implementing the code. For you, if you're doing it from Wix or any other platform, that's step 2 for you, or this can be step 2 for you. So what I'll do is I'll click on tags. I'll click on new. So I'll name it Google Ads Course 2024. And here I will select Google Ads. Then I will select Google tag. ID. I'll just copy paste the ID here from. So this is the ID. I'll put it here. Triggering, because in the instructions you saw it has to be on all pages. So triggering, I'll select all pages. I'll click on save. I'll click on submit. I'll name it V12. I'll click on publish. So this was step 2 for me. I generated a code in step 1. I posted it on my website through Tag Manager. This is step 2. Test installation. Now we will go and we will see if it's implemented. It's showing testing Google tag installation. Might have to wait for a while. Okay, your tag was correctly detected on your website. Whether you do it through Tag Manager or you do it from other CMS platforms like Wix and all, this you always have to do and check if it is placed correctly. Okay, now here it's showing checking tag installation. Okay, your Google tag is correctly installed on your website. I'll click on done. So we are done with this step, create code in Google Ads. We set it up on the website using Tag Manager. You can do it from Wix or other CMS platform options. Third is configure conversion event. This is what we have to do now. Now we place the code on the website. We have to tell Google Ads what is important for us. Okay. So I'll go back here. I'll click on continue. And okay, now Google is saying, what do you want to measure? I can measure multiple things because for me, I can say, okay, one of the events I want to configure is how many people bought the course. One is how many people added it to the cart. One is how many people initiated checkout. But for the simplicity of this video, I'm going to only configure purchase. Okay. So I'll say, so Google gives you all these options to basically identify what kind of goal you're trying to do. Contact, request code, book appointment. You will not need anything else from these because there's everything, almost everything here. Lead, subscribe, sign up. For me, it's the purchase. Okay. Now it's saying, okay, purchase is the event I want to do, and conversion source is the Google tag, G meaning here Google tag on senatorviranads.com. Yes, but there is no event, which is conversion event. So I'll click on setup. Okay, now to set up your event to tell Google Ads what is a purchase, there are two options. One is create a manual event, which is you again generate one more piece of code and you put it on like the order successful page, and so that every time there is an order successful, the tag again tells Google Ads, okay, somebody purchased the course. But the option of having a codeless event is probably the easiest. So in this case, what I'll have to do is create a codeless event. So it's saying what is the event type. Now, how I'm basically counting the purchases is all the people, because if you go to my website here, and let's say if you go to courses or digital products, you click on any course, you click on buy. Now, when you click on checkout, where it takes you is basically this payment page. Once you proceed to payment, finally, and if I add my credit card details and all the details and I click on pay, basically the transaction is complete. It redirects me to a page which looks like this. And there is something called purchase successful at the end of the URL. Whenever you purchase the course, you complete the transaction, you are redirected to this page. So I know anyone who went to a website which contains purchase successful, that means they have done the transaction. So I'm saying anytime that page is loaded and the URL not starts with, I'll say contains purchase successful. It's a purchase conversion when somebody visits the page containing this. For you, it can be a thank you page. So in a lot of cases, for example, if you are working with a real estate company, they'll have thank you. Whenever somebody fills a lead form, they are redirected to a thank you message, and on the top it will be something like abc.com/thank you. Or sometimes it can be a URL, order successful, or order ID is equal to this, okay? Or order successful is equal to true. So anything like that. Most of the websites you'll be able to use this configuration, URL contains or URL is exactly this, and I'll click on use event. Now there are other ways to configure these events as well, which we will learn in the dedicated conversion tracking section. If we go back here, we created a code in Google Ads, we set it up on the website, we configured a conversion event now, purchase event, and that's it. I'll click on save, agree, and finish. You'll have to just check this button. Now, if you see here, if you go to your goals, in goals, there's one event it's showing here, which is purchase, conversion success, all conversion 0, status inactive. Now, because there is no purchase while doing this, that's why it's showing inactive. Once it starts recording, once people go to your website, they start purchasing, it will start counting and it will show status as active. So now in case you don't have a website at all and you want to just create a fake goal so that you will be able to create campaigns and use smart bidding, in that case, you go to goals, summary, create conversion action. The same way you choose website, let's say I'll click on edit. For example, I'll use eToro, okay, eToro.com. I'll click on scan. It will show you there's no website. Skip and set up for later. Here, click on continue. And then choose any event. Let's say, for example, purchase. Click on setup. Create a codeless event. Page load. URL doesn't matter. Select eToro.com. Say ABC, use event, and click on save and continue. That's done. It's a fake event. We didn't install it anywhere, but you will still be able to create, configure websites and use smart bidding and things like that. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.